Welcome to the 100th episode of the Friday podcast. Happy Friday. Hopefully this gets out on Friday so that it's on time. But shit happens. And until I got enough subscribers and watch hours, I can't make money off the channel yet, but I still do it for the love. So I got a day job and I got a son, so busy. But it's all good. So yesterday was the first time that I took my son driving on the road at night. And it was scary, very scary. And I was gonna turn this light on. Let's see. So we were driving at night, and he kind of hit the curb a little bit, but it was all good. It was straight. It was chill. It was pretty cool. So what happened was I took him to the gym, and I dropped him off, and apparently he wore Crocs, and so they said he couldn't come in wearing Crocs, and he tried to call me and text me, and I got all the way home, and I picked up the phone, and I was like, oh shit. So I drove all the way back, and I was like, maybe he'll feel better if I let him drive back, because I let him drive to his house the other day. I was like, maybe it's worth a shot. And so I was kind of worried about it or whatever, but then I saw on a license plate, it said something about, it didn't say something about, it had the letters S, maybe DM, I think that's what it was, like Sun Drive or something like that, and then it had 777 and another number. So when I see like triple digits like that on license plates, I feel like it's confirmation from the universe. Maybe I'm just wilding out. Maybe it's coincidence. But we were fine, and even if it wasn't a sign, I prayed to God in Jesus Christ's name, and we were good. Usually that works for me. Plus, that's also in line with manifesting your reality. So if I'm thinking and I believe, having faith, well then it's like the same. Just different explanation. So it went well. It was scary, but it was cool. What else? Work's been pretty chill for the most part. Allergies been kicking my ass. I think it's been happening to a lot of people. I feel like it tickles in my nose. I'm about to excuse me. Shout out to Clean Calls. Shout out to Santa Cruz Shredder. Shout out to Otterbox. And this shit right here. I just got this shit right here. This actually really works. You just shake it, spray it. It's like fucking chicken legs, but the legs is where you get attacked. Oh. Sorry, that was disgusting. Since my fucking camera keeps dipping, how do I do it without crossing it? It keeps falling. 100. We got to 100 subscribers before I even got to 100 episodes, and to me, that's amazing. Thank you, everybody. Commenters, subscribers, likers, sharers, everybody. Appreciate it. So I tried to record earlier, but somebody was doing construction or some fucking shit, and then the phone kept fucking up, and I was like, what? And then my allergies are fucking with me anyway. But let me go ahead and do the random questions that I already did once, but I'm gonna do them again. What do most people consider a weakness that you actually find strength? Maybe crying, and that's not what my answer was earlier. What was my answer earlier? Weakness that you actually find strength. Solitude. Like not having too many friends. Have you done something that you worry could come back to haunt you? What? Oh yeah, I was talking about this time where I was in ancient Egypt because of a time machine that my friend came across. We opened up a tomb, and we heard a voice, and we just ran for our fucking lives, and we didn't talk about it ever since. So hopefully that doesn't come back. Should graduating high school be mandatory? I don't think so, because there's a lot of people who are successful that didn't graduate high school, my dad being one of them. But I graduated high school. I think it should be highly recommended, which I think it is. What's the most important thing in your life right now? That'd be my son. That'd be my faith in God and in His Son. Me, my family, my friends, my animals, my life, my calling, my job, podcasts. You know what I'm saying? Trying to build up a business, music. I mean, I'm just going down consecutively. All right. What are you hypocritical about? I try to be. So earlier I didn't say this, but I try to be funny and I try to be like make fun of people, but I can't always take it as I shill it out. But I'm learning, definitely learning. Do you like racing events like cars, horses, or dogs? And if so, what is your favorite? I do not like racing. That's a weird question. I really don't like the horse and the dog. Well, and the dog one. If you watch Peaky Blinders, you know that they used to give sometimes horses coke, which is wild. Do you watch football? If so, do you have any special game day rituals? The only time I watch it if it's already on at somebody's house and I'm just there and they're playing it. And I watch it and I get into it and I can discuss it because I know the rules and shit. I know the basics. I used to watch it more as a kid, but yeah, I don't really watch it just by myself. I don't catch every game or anything like that. What animal do you think is jaw-dropping beautiful? Peacock? I mean, a lot of animals, all of them. Jaw-dropping though. Some birds, blue jays, cardinals. You know what I'm saying? How often, this is number 999. I already crossed it out because I already did it earlier. How often do you self-reflect? Too often. So often that it becomes too much self-ruminating. But it's usually like when I'm washing dishes, and I try to distract myself by watching podcasts and stuff, or when I'm in the shower, when I'm driving, when I'm alone. The whole point of meditation, though, is to try not to think of anything. So I try to do that a little bit, and it's pretty dope. It's weird. It's pretty weird. What would you ask King Henry VIII if you could have dinner with him? Now, I don't know who the fuck that is, and I'm wondering if it's the one that had all his wives killed. That's what I would ask him. Are you the one that had all your wives killed? Do you like to cuddle? I try to sound cool and I say I don't, but I think if I had the right, I think I used to. But I don't know. I never really had the opportunity. Like, I never really tried. I mean, I did one time, and yeah, I guess we would cuddle, but I'm not a huge cuddler, I guess. Have you ever danced in the rain? No. Unless you call running dancing. Who or what challenges you? So the more behavior challenged students challenge my patience, and it's sharp. It's making me smarter and stronger to be able to stay calmer and cooler when your surroundings are not that. And I haven't necessarily, I'm not perfect at it, but you know, it's practice. This fucking camera's just gonna keep falling down and down. Have you ever hid anything from your significant other that you wanted to tell them? Yeah, that whole ancient Egypt thing, I never really told anybody about it. Would you consider yourself worldly? I mean, again, Besides Egypt, we also went to some ancient ruins in Mexico one time. And I remember there was this one doorway that when we opened it, we felt this sense of like just energy just rushed out. That was crazy. We'll be right back. Yeah, I think I fixed the camera. All right, the stand. Today, I'm gonna, excuse me. Well, flashback to the old school episodes before we reverted to the new format. Mosquitoes. So they've been everywhere, and that's why I had to purchase this, which is pretty dope. It works, but with a couple times, man, I came out here and just got ate up. It was crazy. It's like a form of torture. So mosquitoes. Angelicalbalance.com says that seeing a mosquito at night making a buzzing sound might be saying, hey, don't fall asleep yet. I need to speak with you. Furthermore, Mosquito Symbolism speaks about the fact that true strength is not in body mass. It lies in how well you can make an impact on people's lives. Sunscience.org says mosquitoes I didn't even say that right. Mosquitoes surprisingly symbolize quite a few values that you may pay attention to. These include secrets, details, agitation, discovery, persistence, surveillance, and release, to name just a few. Although they may cause aggravation, try to be mindful of mosquitoes' spiritual messages, specifically the females sent to us. AwakeningState.com says that in many cultures, mosquitoes are associated with being relentless in the pursuit of one's goals, similar to the fly symbolism. They are also seen as a symbol of strength and determination because of their ability to survive in difficult situations. Even when these beings are swatted at, they still persist in trying to achieve their ultimate goal. TrustedPsychicMediums.com says that the mosquito symbolism signifies release. You should learn to let go of what no longer works for you so that you can make room for new habits, ideas, and beliefs. More importantly, the mosquito meaning teaches you about survival. Learn to avoid the dangers and do the best with what you have. Grab opportunities before somebody else beats you to it. Spirit-animals.com says the mosquito dream symbolism. When you have a mosquito dream, it symbolizes that a situation or a person close to you has been draining your energy or resources. Like the box turtle, you let go of the drama around you and focus on your issues. But one way or another, you waste your energy on these things that will not nourish your growth. Oh shit, it feels like an attack. Spirit-animals.com, spirit-animals.com. What is my spirit-animal.com says? Far Eastern mosquito symbolism and meanings in Japan. Mosquitoes are reincarnations of deceased people. The individuals given an insect's life were sinful in their past incarnations, so they became a plague to humans, just as they were in their prior life. Why is there no mosquito man? I guess I know why. But one way or another, no. Let's go back to the hate. So mosquitoes' existence is something people see as a form of karmic retribution. And finally, soulpost.org says that mosquitoes represent wisdom, to be unpredictable, spiritual sensitivity, to clean up your surroundings, accept the process of growth, don't take things to the heart, and protection. Interesting. Moving on. 949, the last of the 4 series in the middle. This time, sandwiched by 2 9s, special numbers. Angelnumber.org says, if angel number 949 has appeared in your life, it will help you make good decisions and choices in said life. Also, angel number 949 is telling you that you are born with special gifts. One of them is a gift of light working, which means that you have healing abilities and can help other people. TrustedPsychicMediums.com says that 949 is a symbol of positivity. Take encouragement from this divine signal to speak your heart about issues that are bothering you and take control of your life. Stay optimistic and hopeful of better days to come, and know that all the hardships you are facing in your relationship are just meant to add to your experience. Sunsigns.org says that 949 is an angel number associated with tolerance. I feel like mosquitoes, going back to mosquitoes, probably symbolize tolerance in some way. Number meaning 99 is a signal of persistence. This is pushing on to your goals despite the troubles. 4 is a sign of clarity. This is the revelation of the truth. 99 is an omega combination that is the end of an agreement. 49 is a number showing honesty. The Secret of the Tarot.com says that angel number 949 is an indicator that your life is under the protection of the angels. The divine realm is ready to pour its blessings into your life. The number 949 may not look very impressive, but it carries a lot of power. Cat's over there trying to beg for food already. It's too early. Leia. Meow. I can talk cat. Meow. 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 I'm not sure I want to talk about it. Oh, Leo's coming. Alright. There you go. Fuck. Messed up. Secret of the Tarot. Indicator that your life is under protection of the angels. The divine realm is ready to pour its blessings into your lives. The number 949 may not look very impressive, but it carries a lot of power. Open your mind to the meaning it brings into your life. When you see this number, you get ready to receive blessings, because sometimes it is hard to do, to receive. Mindfulnessinjustice.org says that 949, 9 is the major number. Stop being a baby. I'll feed you in a little bit. Let me just finish this. Let me just finish, bro. And little cat sis. Hey. Mindfulness and justice. 9 symbolizes creativity, development, abundance, and prosperity. It defines people who are hardworking and persistent. It also signals endings and conclusions. Angelnumber.org says that 4 is a symbol of stability and peace. It may be the time to develop your knowledge and your skills. Your angels will encourage you to do whatever you need to reach your goals. Another symbolic meaning of 4 is practicality and simplicity. It means that number 4 is very powerful, so it can stand alone. TrustedPsychicMediums.com says that 949 influences you most crucially by urging you to clear your focus. Keep your wits about you at the point, and that's only with razor sharp focus and clarity blessed by your angels. A life of service. Angel number 949 emphasizes the need to be compassionate, kind, and empathetic. The last one, manifest like whoa, says it represents finished business, a job well done, stability. When you see angel number 949, it means you have completed a cycle or project and are ready to move on to the next level. Whatever you have finished recently, you've done a solid job. Everything is stable and you are good to go. Dope. Be right back. I'm gonna feed this baby. All right. This is the second time I'm trying to record this. Second time's the charm. Anxiety News with your host, Cristobal Chaotic. Study finds that distress before COVID-19 infection increases risk of long COVID by 45%. Now this is by Nicole Rora, in what I thought was just regular Harvard, but apparently there's a Harvard Chan School Communications, published on September 7, 2022. Psychological distress, including depression, anxiety, worry, perceived stress, and loneliness before COVID-19 infection, was associated with an increased risk of long COVID, according to researchers at Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health. I don't know what that is. I assume it's related to Harvard. The increased risk was independent of smoking, asthma, and other health behaviors or physical health conditions. We were surprised by how strongly psychological distress before a COVID-19 infection was associated with an increased risk of long COVID, said Sai-Wen Wang, researcher in the Department of Nutrition at Harvard Chan School, who led the study. Distress was more strongly associated with developing long COVID than physical health risk factors such as obesity, asthma, and hypertension. I don't know if this is true, I'm just reading what it says. But it makes sense. The study was published online Wednesday in JAMA Psychiatry. According to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control, about 20% of American adults who have had COVID-19 have developed long COVID, which is defined as experiencing COVID-19 related symptoms such as fatigue, brain fog, or respiratory, heart, neurological, or digestive systems for longer than 4 weeks after infection. Severe COVID-19 illness increased the risk of long COVID, although people with milder COVID-19 cases can also develop long COVID. Symptoms, which can be debilitating, could last months or years, and little is known about which traits are linked to developing long COVID. Mental health is known to affect the outcomes of some diseases. Depression and other mental illnesses have been associated with greater risk of more severe COVID-19, including the risk of hospitalization, which is a risk factor for long COVID. In other acute respiratory tract infections, such as flu or common cold, mental health conditions are associated with greater severity and longer duration of symptoms. Previous studies have also suggested that distress is associated with chronic symptoms following Lyme disease and in chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, which have been symptoms similar to those of long COVID. To determine the effects of psychological distress before COVID-19 infection on developing long COVID, Wang and her colleagues enrolled more than 54,000 people in April 2020. At the beginning of the study, the researchers asked the participants about their psychological distress. Over the following year, more than 3,000 participants contracted COVID-19, and the researchers asked participants about their COVID-19 symptoms and symptom duration. After analyzing the responses and comparing those who developed long COVID to those who did not, the researchers determined that distress before COVID-19 infection, including depression, anxiety, worry, perceived stress, and loneliness. I wonder what's perceived stress. Like, I guess you're making stress out of nothing. And loneliness was associated, I said loneliness twice, was associated with the 32% to 46% increased risk of long COVID. These types of psychological distress were also associated with 15% to 51% greater risk of daily impairment due to long COVID. To the best of our knowledge, this is the first prospective study to show that a wide range of social and psychological factors are risk factors for long COVID and daily life impairment due to long COVID, said Andrea Roberts, senior research scientist in the Department of Environmental Health at Harvard Chan School and senior author of the JAMA Psychiatry paper. We need to consider psychological health in addition to physical health as risk factors of long COVID-19. Okay, I like that. In addition to physical health.
risk factors. These results also reinforce the need to increase public awareness of the importance of mental health and to get mental health care for people who need it, including increasing the supply of mental health clinicians and improving access to care. Other Harvard Chan co-authors include Lu Wei Quan, Jorge Chavarro, Natalie Slopin, Laura Kubzansky, this is fun to read, Kirsten Cohen, and Mark Weiskopf. Research was supported by the National Institutes of Health and has a bunch of weird number combinations of letters. The Dean's Fund for Scientific Advancement Acceleration Award from Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, and the Massachusetts Consortium on Pathogen Readiness Evergrande COVID-19 Response Fund Award, and the Veterans Administration, and then 3 other weird letter number combinations. Yeah, that was weird. So yeah, it's just saying basically, to cut it short, I guess I didn't have to read it verbatim, but it was kind of interesting. Maybe. But it was just saying that when you're sad or you're stressed or you have anxiety, it can increase symptoms of sickness. And that's in colds, flus, COVIDs. Be happy. Love y'all. We'll be right back. Wait, I could just do it right here. We're back. Welcome to the TV series, movies. So this one is a series review of a show that I watched a long time ago. I've watched several times. You guys like that rug better than that rug? Interesting. They know when there's rugs bought for them. Well, they're not bought. They were free. They were donated. Anyway, the cats. I wonder if I could show them. Let's see. Well, she got up and left. But those 2 mats were free. She knows I was recording her. She hasn't only cats, but all they do is eat what's that cat weed called? And just like comments on videos. Okie dokie. Moving back to what I was saying. Turn Washington Spies. Excuse me. So a little background. Turn Washington Spies, originally titled Turn, and stylized as Turn with the N turned backwards, ... Washington Spies, is an American period drama television series based on Alexander Rose's book, Washington Spies, The Story of America's First Spy Ring, which came out in 2007. Shout out to 07, when I graduated high school. But also, I read this book recently, a couple years ago. It's a history of the Culper spy ring. The series originally aired on the AMC network for 4 seasons, from April 6, 2014 to August 12, 2017. They even made comics. They're digital comics. Which it was called Turn Origins, illustrated by Steve Ellis, that portrays childhood and adulthood events from the lives of several of the series' main characters, including Abraham Woodhull, Benjamin Talmadge, Anna Strong, and Caleb Brewster. Those 4 are so cool in the show. They all have their own strengths and weaknesses, and like they grew up. Now a lot of it's taken not out of context, but it's added. There's a lot of stuff added to the story, because I read that, like in reality, Anna Strong was like a lot older than Abraham Woodhull, so they didn't like really have a relationship, and Benjamin Talmadge didn't have a relationship with that one chick that supposedly saved them, and little things like that. Robert Rogers was real. He did do a lot of stuff. So did the villain. I forgot the villain's name. haven't seen it. I should have rewatched some of it. But the villain, damn, what was his name? And he became a good guy in the end, and he freed black people in Canada or some shit for England. And I can't remember his name. Anyway, he was a good ass villain. The heroes are dope. The stress is high. There's anxiety. There's spying. There's history. There's romance. There's a little bit of sex thrown in. I mean, it's pretty incredible. It's on Netflix now, or at least it was. Yeah, it's fucking fire, man. It'll make you feel cool about us breaking away from Britain. Like, we can all agree that was a good idea. Now, the Civil War divided us, but before that, I mean, we all wanted to be free from Britain because we knew eventually we were all going to be free. I mean, I don't know. It was just like, and then just, so the story behind that is, most people didn't, oh, Robert Townsend, he was real. That's how they found out about this story, because he had some books or records or something, like some kind of paper or documents. Somebody in his family released it. And that was like in the early 2000s, I think. Or it was right before the Great Depression, I think. And it just didn't. And then it came up, and then somebody looked into it again. I forgot what time period it came out, and then it just, and then it came back. But yeah, they got a lot of different, and then like the fact that Washington's involved, and they show him like in a few episodes in, and his appearance is pretty dope, and how they talk about Andre and Benedict Arnold, John Andre, Peggy something, she was real. Seeing how Benedict Arnold, that struggle was tight to see. Seeing him turncoats, that's what it's about, a turncoat. People who switch, because Abraham was on both sides. He was spying, and he was like, it was fire. Very good show. Highly recommend. 5 stars. Moving right along. I'm gonna take one more break, and then we'll come back and do the Badass Woman of History. Yeah. Alright, man. Let's wrap this baby boy up. Episode 100. Put a little bone on it. A little something special. A special Badass Woman of History. Chicken in a tree. There's a chicken in a tree. So I saw this on Instagram from SEX Work History. So it said basically built. So this lady who, what's her real name? Jessica Steinhauser basically built the foundation. Now this is a claim on Instagram, but it says that she basically built the foundations of modern e-commerce by herself in her living room. And then UberFacts on Twitter says that retired PORN star Asia Carrera, was her P-star name, built and wrote the code for her own website and is a member of the high IQ club Mensa International. Fucking crazy. It's not crazy, but it's tight. Crazy, I never heard of her before. Boobpedia.com says she describes herself as the nerd of PORN. Carrera has an active presence on the internet. I don't know if that's still. She proudly proclaims that she created her own website in the late 1990s, including writing the code and editing the pictures. This is before all the easy shit. She's an avid player of Unreal Tournaments, which I used to play, and she designed her own game skins and was featured in the show Players on the G4 Games cable channel, which doesn't exist anymore. I don't think so. Where she revealed that her screen name is Mega Bitch Goddess. Asia hosted her own Unreal Tournament server that featured custom maps designed by fans that frequented her chat room that she has hosted on her site since 1997. I don't know when this was written. She's also a Corvette aficionado, but traded hers in after starting a family. Now, the wiki. Asia Carrera was born Jessica Steinhauser in New York City to a German mother and Japanese father, the oldest of 4 siblings. She was raised on Lippincott Road in Little Silver, New Jersey, attending Red Bank Regional High School. At the age of 16, she taught English at Saruga College in Saruga, Fukui, Japan. Carrera won a National Merit Scholarship and scored over 1440 on the SAT, as well as a Garden State Scholarship for her grades. She attended Rutgers University on full academic scholarship, where she majored in Japanese and business, but did not graduate. Carrera is a member of Mensa, with an IQ of 156. In 1998, she appeared in an uncredited cameo role in the film The Big Lebowski, in the faux movie Log Jamming within the film. She was a guest reviewer for Maximum PC Magazine. In 2017, she began studies at Dixie State University with her daughter. At 11 years old, Carrera's daughter was the youngest student to ever attend college. At 11 years old, her daughter attended college at Dixie State University and the youngest full-time college student in the state of Utah at the time. Yo, she's a genius. She produced a genius. This is incredible. How do we not know about it? Obviously because of her adult film actress hit career, but shout out to, I hate calling her Asia Carrera, but that was her name, Asia Carrera. But her real name was Jessica Steinhauser. Yo, Steinhauser? It's an interesting last name. I'm gonna come right back and try to bust the flow with a beat. Yeah, for the street. Yo, this was episode 100. I keep it 100. I ain't never ever stunted, except in my growth. Man, I took an oath. Never been a loaf or a couch potato. I gotta stay up on my toes because I'm working with the pros. And yeah, I'm riding with the vets, just the best. I got the vest, don't test like the SAT. I have you set up with a faded hair, G. I'm talking decapitated, I'm running, I'm gunning. These haters ain't coming, they funny, but not in a cool way. It's been a cool day. I got the tool waiting. I'll put the tool away and come again another day. Just like the rain, just like the pain, just like when I sing up on the mic from back up in the day at the high school stage, in the play. Man, what'd he say? I'm talking about memories. 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 Yo. From episode 1 to episode 100. Yeah, I got the love. I feel the love. I spread the love. It's all joy. Praise to God. Man, we go so hard on the fucking boulevard. Cause you never really know when a hater might try to pull your card like a hoe. Man, I gotta go. Man, I'm the pro. Man, yeah, we glow. Yeah, we know. Thank y'all once again. I love y'all. So much love. Peace. Till next time, 101.